There's a silent killer on your team and no one's talking about it. It's not laziness. It's not entitlement. It's not even burnout. At least not how you think. You want your team fired up. You want them performing. You want them engaged. But instead, you're dragging energy out of them like you're trying to pull teeth. You've tried being nice. You've tried being firm. You've tried giving them more autonomy. Still, crickets. Minimal effort. They're doing just enough not to get in trouble. So what's really going on here? Hold on, let's rewind. I remember that early in my leadership career, managing a team where every single Monday felt like dragging zombies through the mud. Dead eyes, slumped shoulders. If I brought donuts, they might glance up for a second, but that was about it. No matter how much I tried to pump them up, to motivate them, it just fell flat. One day I asked my most disengaged team member, let's call her Sam. I asked Sam, what's really going on? Her answer, it really messed me up. She said, it just doesn't feel like anyone actually cares about us, about what we do. It's all deadlines and targets and performance reviews, and no one asks why we're doing it. That's when it hit me. The real reason your team isn't motivated, probably the same reason my team wasn't motivated, they didn't feel seen. They didn't feel like they matter as people, and motivation doesn't live in metrics. It lives in meaning. But let's break this down. Motivation at work isn't about the perks. It's not about the ping pong tables and the casual Fridays or the free pizza. We all know it's not about free pizza. Those are momentary blips, not long-time fuel. Sustainable motivation comes from one very human thing, feeling valued. And not just, hey, you're doing good at your job kind of valued. I'm talking about being understood, being recognized as a whole person. Someone with a life, with struggles, with a story. And unless leaders see that, and I mean really see it, motivation dries up. Now, here's where this gets practical and where you can actually shift things today. I want you to think about your team. Think about each person on it. Could you tell me something about their life outside of work? Their hobbies? If they have kids, they have pets, what matters to them? No? Then that's the crack where motivation leaks out. And this is exactly what we go deep into inside the Leadership Bootcamp, especially the lesson called Unlocking Team Potential. It's not fluffy, it's strategic. When you know what matters to your people, you can lead them in a way that makes them feel like they matter. In that lesson, we walk through how you can build real connection without crossing boundaries and making it all weird. How you can go beyond the small talk and actually start leading like someone who wants your team to show up and that your team wants to show up for. I've had leaders tell me that just applying one idea from this module turned their entire team around in under 2 weeks. So if you're tired of carrying all the motivation yourself, rah, you're tired of trying to be the spark when no one's even holding a match, go check it out. I'll drop a link in the description below. All right, back to our story. When I started being more intentional with my team, asking questions, listening, remembering birthdays, knowing that Greg's kid was starting kindergarten that week, things started to shift. Slowly at first, painfully slowly, but then all at once. And Sam, who once dragged her heels every day, started volunteering to lead small projects. Not because I told her to, but because she felt like she mattered. And look, this isn't about turning everyone into your best friend. That's not going to work. And it's not about fake empathy and forced bonding. It's about genuine curiosity. Your team isn't lazy. They're not apathetic. They're just not convinced that anyone cares enough to make it worth showing up 100%. And before you say, well, Mike, I do care. Let me ask you this. Do they know that? Have you shown them that? Because intention does not equal impact. And good leadership isn't silent. So if motivation is low, check how visible your care actually is. Now let me leave you with one last thought, and it's something that changed how I approach leadership forever. Motivation isn't something you give, it's something you unlock. And the key, it's connection. Go deeper. Ask better questions. Be curious about what matters outside of the spreadsheet. And if you're thinking, okay, but how do I actually start fixing this without overhauling everything? Well, that's exactly why I put together a free leadership quick wins checklist. It's packed with practical moves. Actually, I got it right here. It's packed with practical moves that you can make this week to boost morale, to build trust, and start shifting your team energy without adding more to your plate. These are quick wins that actually work, especially when motivation is running low. So grab it in the description below and don't wait until another team member checks out for good. You've got what it takes to shift this momentum, but only if you stop trying to motivate and you start trying to understand. When you understand that, I'll see you in the next video.